everyone, welcome back to another episode of Vastu with Rshmi. My name is Alka Aneja and I am very happy to welcome Rshmi back.
Hi Alka.
How are you, Rshmi?
Doing good, thank you.
So Rshmi, in our last episode we had spoken about money and all what we do to get money, right? But the one thing that I realized we didn't talk about, and I want to talk about, is how to retain money. You have the money. We've spoken a little bit about this, but is there anything that you can do in the house to retain money?
Yeah, so to retain the money, yes, that's like the question from all of the clients, right? How do we retain the money? So the way to retain is by keeping your safe, like the safe or whatever you can. You save your daily
like a piggy
money.
Bank.
Yeah, like a piggy bank. Or the kids can put their piggy banks. They can keep it in a direction very close to west. Between the west and the southwest, there is a zone which is contributes a lot towards savings.
Okay.
So when people have their gas range in there, or especially toilets, it actually disposes of that savings.
Got it.
So you will see, like when somebody says, oh, we are not able to save the money, we are able to earn it, but not save it. You always see that there is a toilet in there. So with simple mat combinations, you can actually block those toilets. Not block means with color mat therapy, you can actually take care of it and make sure that the saving starts increases. Plus, you can keep the piggy bank in that direction.
Okay. What about bank books, like your checkbook and your savings book? And
it's like if you're putting your safe there, that will be much better, where you keep your checkbooks in there, your jewelry in there, or any kind of valuables you consider. Again, when you bring in the checkbook part, west is a very good direction if you want to keep your investment papers, you want to keep all those things which you get the gains from. In that west direction, it will actually help. But again, if the house is elementally imbalanced and you are just keeping it there and saying, okay, the miracle will happen, that is...
Yeah, everything has to, everything it goes in together.
Yes.
Right?
So if you have the house elementally imbalanced, all these remedies are not going to add in much. But if your house is balanced and you keep the right things at the right time, right place, then you actually see the results quicker.
Nice. Okay. So we had spoken about a little bit about how to get money and how to get the proper jobs, and how, so now when someone gets a job, right?
Yeah.
Is there sitting in your office or sitting in how you place your office?
Yes.
Right. You spend 8 hours of your day, rather 10 hours of your day at work, and 10 hours of your day at whatever, balance 14 hours of your day at home. So, 4 hours I think goes into commute. So we'll say 10 hours here and 10 hours here.
Okay.
But 10 hours you're here. So your house is balanced, right? Now you need to balance your office as well to make sure you get the optimal results.
Yes, and again with that, it's a very good question because it's actually based on your skill sets. Okay. What are you trying to do when you are sitting at the job? Are you trying to communicate with more people? Are you doing more of technical work? Are you doing more skilled kind of work? Skilled kind of means like how the carpenters are, or how the jewelry designers are, or But whenever they have to sit at one place in the office or where their desk is, it all depends on what is the job that they are trying to do. Are you doing marketing kind of a job? Are you a banker and who's interacting with other people? So it depends on what the role is, and based on the role, it varies. Where should they sit? Where should they face to get the maximum results?
Got it. Okay.
So for a doctor, area between the north and the northeast is very, very important. Anytime a doctor, you see that their practice is not going well, their house gets imbalanced in those areas.
Okay. So it's the house that gets imbalanced, or the office gets imbalanced?
The office. So I would say 70% of the results is actually coming, 70 to 80% is from the house.
Okay.
Okay, where your belongings are, where your mind is. You don't want to be in the office for the whole time. Now for workaholics also, if your house is imbalanced and you have kept the laptops or the work related stuff in certain zones, you will see that person gets more attracted to do the job than rather than being at home. Because what you have done is you have first of all spoiled the Vastu of your house, where you are not attracted to the house to come back home and stuff like that. In most of the cases, it's like the air element imbalanced along with the space element imbalance. You will see these people are very workaholic. They want to keep working. Now, even for the home offices, in which direction you have in your house is also important based on what kind of work you are doing.
Okay.
So, person related to finance, north is very good. Person with technical fields around the west, southwest area, that is very good. So, banking related stuff, northwest is good. So, it depends on what you are looking for and how it is. So, for the offices, it also matters where you're sitting and facing, where your client is going to sit, and the colors in the office, right? What is the desk color? What are the chair colors? Because they all are bringing in the results. If you see on the elemental, like we spoke about the 5 elements, just to recap, it is the water element, the air element, the fire element, earth element, and the space element. Now, any element which is across from each other, they are anti to each other mostly.
Right.
Okay. So, if I am sitting in one element and the element across me is going to be an anti-element. So, if you are interacting with someone, they will always have a conflicting opinion of what you are trying to say. But again, you don't want an office where a person is sitting right next to you.
Right.
In that case, the color of the chair, the color of the table actually brings in that balance where when somebody is talking to someone, the point gets through.
Got it. You make your point.
You make your point better. So, example, I can tell you about when they are trying to hire people. If the person who's doing the hiring decision is not is in the anxiety kind of a zone, right? Do you think they will make a right decision in choosing the right person? Because there will be no retention of.
That's right.
So, it depends on where they are sitting and hiring or where they are sitting and doing social connections.
Got it.
So, that plays in a role. Like where is their cube? Which offices are they getting?
Got it.
Where is the owner sitting? Like most of the time, the owner is actually absolutely not doing any skilled work.
Right.
And there is always a myth that the owner should sit in the southwest, which is again a myth. Is it what they are doing? Are they doing a skilled kind of work? You see in most of these companies, they have this. They have a restaurant. The owner is not the chef.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
So based on that, you actually have to decide where the owner should sit. Where should be the cash register? If it is a retail store, the cash register plays a big role. So if all these
so
things.
does the computer play a big role? The scanner, the printer?
Exactly, you got it. So where the printer is. What is the main purpose of the printer? Are you just looking for taking printouts of the day-to-day things? Or are you thinking that you are getting a fax, which is very rare now? People don't use much for fax. But are you using a fax machine to get more opportunities?
Okay.
Are you using the printer to print the invoices? So based on the utility, the printer or the scanners have to be placed in the right direction.
What about the phone? So if it's like a sales type of a job, is the phone being in the right place?
No, you cannot, because everybody will have their own desk.
Phone. Right.
So
okay.
In totality, if the person is sitting in the right zone, his things also will be in the right zone.
Right, okay.
So, yeah, you can't, there is a way to get into it like completely, but yeah, you don't want to.
For overall
totality, you just make sure that the person is sitting in the right zone to get the right results.
Is there a specific color that everybody's office should be? Is that based on your own astrology or?
It depends, but you cannot just make astrologically every room a different room, right?
Okay.
Like, depends on what the architecture of your space is.
Okay.
It doesn't mean you just go and start changing every color of the seat and stuff like that, right? So, it depends on which zone your table is in, what kind of output you're looking from a person who's coming and sitting next to you. Some places don't even need like client interaction.
Oh,
right?
Okay.
You are just working on your own with the cube setup.
Yeah.
In that case, it only depends on where you are sitting, where you are facing, and where your computer is.
Right. But if someone has an office, is there certain, you know how like for Vastu for home, you had keep it no clutter, you know, keep.
But that's like a key golden rule, right?
Right. That is for that.
Yes.
But for the office, is there certain, to have the right energy of the office, to have the right flow of the office, is there certain key things that you can? Do you put an Om somewhere, or do you put Bhagwanji's picture somewhere, or do you put something that creates that positive vibe no matter?
I would say decorate it the way you feel it is pleasant.
Okay.
Okay. So mainly when you walk in, if your papers are organized, like I have worked in the corporate world, when you walk into somebody's cube and you're like, oh, what is all this? It's like a mess.
So there's no such thing as an organized mess?
If you file it properly, right? Your filing should be in a proper direction. For example, if I had a client who were losing their customers a lot, right? Again, to the same thing. They had kept their file cabinet, even though it was organized, they had kept it into the zone of disposal.
Oh.
So they started losing their clients. So it depends where your server room is, where you are keeping the logos of all the companies who are supporting you. It depends on where those file cabinets are, if you're keeping the data, or where is the backup data. Some people have this problem, oh, our data got stolen. Right? There is a lot of thing right now with the cyber crimes.
Yeah, all the cyber
so
crimes.
It depends on where your servers are. You will never see the problem, or you will see, it's hardly seen a problem, and those are kept in the zones which retain the data. Right? So it's all those things play in picture. It's all a subset.
So someone has to really know what their issue is, right? When they come to you,
Exactly.
it can't be vague. You have to really, you can't just say,
know.
make my life better.
Yeah, means you can't just say, okay, I'm not getting clients. Means, have you tried enough? Means, definitely, your karmas are still there. It's not like Vastu will say, okay, now you have to just sit and things will start flowing. You have to still do what you are supposed to do.
Right.
And this will just, your efforts will just turn it into the right direction, so you start getting the results sooner. Right? So it's not saying, oh, you sit back, relax, and things will
Enjoy
just fall
the
in.
ride.
Yeah, just things, you still have to work. Right? So that is not changing. Right? So we are just making sure that it is happening in the right direction.
Got it.
Your efforts are put in the right direction so that you get the results sooner. Like a person who is not meant to do a certain thing. I myself changed a career, right? So who's not supposed to do a certain thing, or something is, you always, there is, again, going back to that thing, you always have your mind telling you what is good for you.
Yeah.
Right? Like if you are doing a real estate thing, you will know, oh, but my specialty, or I'm very good at this part of that. And you start exploring it. Right? But you have to still make that effort. It is nobody else who will come and say, you are the best at this, you should start doing this.
Right.
So in corporate, actually they do those kinds of tests to find out what is this person very well skilled at.
Right.
Pick up your strongest skill. You will always excel in that.
Right.
Right? So when you are doing a business, or when you are doing the Vastu for you, you find out what are your expertise. Try to enhance those expertise. When you walk into a cube, you make sure it looks and feels good for you to do exactly what you're supposed to be doing there. You're not getting distracted. Now you're putting the pictures of like your kids everywhere and stuff like that. Yes, it's good, but are you getting distracted? Means you need to be truthful to yourself to some extent, to make sure that you're putting what is the outlook that you want.
Yeah,
when
everything has to be with a purpose.
With a purpose.
Yeah.
So yeah, again, the same logistics, what is applied at home, yes, to some extent it goes there. If you're putting those file cabinets into the zone of retention and saving somewhere around west, southwest, yes, you will be able to retain that information. Skilled people, if they keep their tools in southwest, that is good enough. Right? You will be able to use those skills. So the Vastu for home, based on these zones, the attributes remain the same. Again, somebody came to me, oh, but I cannot do the Vastu for the whole thing. I can only do it for my cube.
Right.
But when you say this is my space, that only that part of the Vastu is actually playing for you.
Right. That's what delineates that area.
Because your subconscious again is restricted to that space.
That's
now in that space, if you keep those things at the right place, where are you keeping the trash can? Because everybody has that.
Yeah.
If individual trash can, individual computers, individual file cabinets. Now you cannot go and change everything, but you make sure it is organized in the first place, and you are keeping it in the right thing, decluttering your space, making it pleasant, and what you want to actually highlight. Do you want to show that you are more? Some people have really spick and span. There is nothing in there, but if that helps them focus in what they're doing, that's well and good.
Yeah.
Some people get distracted with too many things around them. So again, it's all personal.
It's all personal.
But
when
anything
you're
that can increase your energy level.
Yeah. When you're sitting, does it affect if you're going to get a promotion?
Based
How
on the
you're sitting, how you're placed, how your Vastu is placed?
I think the house will play
More
a
role.
more role in
Okay.
this case.
Okay.
If your east is balanced, your south is balanced, and your
Okay.
northwest is balanced. Again, I said, right, there are multiple zones that play in a role. So all these zones are balanced at your house, which will give more chances of getting a promotion.
And what if we'd touched on it this last time, but what if you're sitting in the office and you don't get along with someone, or if you don't get along with the manager, right? Can you change the Vastu of the office for that, or where
You
your
can.
positioning is for that?
So in this case, say you're not able to get along with someone, you can always write their name in Northwest. Remember we spoke about that you can take a team picture, put it in a golden frame, and put it in your Northwest of your house.
We've spoken about with the kids at the kids episode. So
Yes.
for those of you, remember the principles seem to be the same.
Yes.
It works for different situations. So we had spoken about that in another episode for the kids.
Yeah.
When kids don't get along with someone or they're being bullied by somebody, that's what you do to get the camaraderie going. And this is the same thing. So
Yeah, so it depends. You're getting the support from them, right? So you put your picture with your manager or your manager's name if you can't get his picture or a picture.
Yeah, maybe you don't want to see his picture every day.
Yeah, you can just put it in there to
Got
get
it.
the support that is needed.
That's awesome. So these are little things that are
Yes.
not huge changes. I mean, putting up his name on Northwest is not hard to do.
Yeah, you put it
right?
in
If
there.
it actually helps,
Yes.
then why not? Again, Vastu is not end all. It's not going to make your life smooth. It's just a bridge to get things easier. It's a bridge to make life happen if you believe in it to happen, right? Because
Yeah,
you
because we're
have
not
to.
changing the destiny. We are just making sure it goes easy on you,
Yes.
right? We
Yes.
are, if you are supposed to be the CEO of a company, you will be reaching there.
Yeah.
We are just making sure that the bridge, you get the right ideas at the right time. You make sure that you are, the whole planetary alignment is helping you out. Then what is it that is missing, right? Because we spoke about where people try a lot, but they are not able to do it, right? In the last episode, we talked about it, where you have the right skills, you are applying at the right space, but you're not getting the job back. So it's like the bridge. It will just make sure that you do it at the right place.
Right.
where
And
you're des-
Vastu will give you that that massaging, cushioning sort of a thing to let you go into the right place. You don't feel the bumps of the road,
Yeah.
right?
It's
It just makes
smoother.
it's a better brake system, so to speak,
Yes.
so that you're not shock absorbers, I guess. So you don't feel the bumps of road of life.
Yeah, I mean, say I know there's, in India, whenever you talk to somebody, you always say, oh, mere kamali nahi aayi. So that is like a big hurdle for them, right? We don't feel that here because we always do our own stuff. But if that is a roadblock, right, to make sure that if your house is balanced, you find the right one, the next one immediately. So that problem doesn't last for more than 5 minutes.
Right.
Right? Versus somebody whose house is imbalanced in those zones specifically, then they will sit over it for too long saying, oh, I have to do everything, stuff like that. So it makes it smoother.
That's right. Just
So
makes life
it does
smooth.
make it smoother,
Yes,
which you mentioned.
yes. It just makes life flow better.
Yes.
But that doesn't mean for people who do not believe in Vastu that your life is not going to. Some people's lives are just balanced. And that's what we spoke about on one
Yes.
episode. Is, if your life is balanced and you are spiritually
Yeah.
grounded.
If you are balanced through your mind, through the yogas, you're balanced through your mind, through your body, through Ayurveda. So it's again saying your balance as in if you're able to balance yourself in the whole day, where you can give yourself 10-15 minutes. If you want to do meditation, that's very good. But if you're not able to do so, listening to music or anything that will make sure that your brain frequency drops to a level where you're calm and you're able to think through clearly. If you can do that in any ways, then Vastu is just another tool that helps you do it. But if you're able to do it, that's well and good. Then you don't have to worry about, okay, what is Vastu giving me separately? And again, if you don't have a problem, don't try to fix things.
Yeah. Don't fix what's not broken.
Yes.
Yeah. But if you do need Rshmi's help, you need to ask her a specific question. You need to provide her a floor plan of your home.
Yes.
And then hopefully a birth chart. If you do not have a birth chart, though,
No,
it's okay.
I have my own means of, as long as they have the birth details, it can give me exactly
Right.
what the information
Well,
is.
I mean, even if they don't have the birth details, a lot of people don't. I mean,
so
I'm
then
talking
it
about
depends on the time
of the question. Yeah.
Yes.
So those are the things that she can help you with. And again, there's simple color solutions.
Yes.
There are simple, very easy fixes of literally putting things in Northwest or removing the garbage can out of this place. So just small little solutions that can lead to a better life. And we want to make sure if you need that crutch, you have that crutch and you have that solution, which is a scientific solution.
Yes.
And not necessarily just something she made out of a hat, right? It's something that is there, and it's not
Yes.
something that's a scare tactic for you. So we want to thank everybody for watching us for this episode of Vastu with Rshmi. And with that, we'll be back with another episode. Thank you, everyone. My name is Alka Aneja, and this is Rshmi Kumar.
Thank you, Alka.